What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, January 2nd, 2020. I hope you're doing well. $6,250. That's a random number, but why is it relevant? In this series of lower lows and lower highs since summertime, it is probably one of the most relevant areas we can watch right now. Let's jump into the video and talk about why. Before we talk about that number, I just want to draw your attention real quick to the zoomed out charts. We go in these cycles of Bitcoin, right? These bear market cycles, these bull market cycles. And I just want to show you something very quickly. When we had our bear market bottom in 2015, January 2015, back here, I just want to let you know, it took around 518 days. So from that bottom to this resistance area, 518 days to hit this Fibonacci resistance. And that Fibonacci resistance, by the way, if you haven't seen any of my videos, is essentially the bull market doors. It's this green rectangle right here. That's a Fibonacci retracement, the 618 to 786. It differentiates bear market to bull market, that phase of going from a bear market to bull market. And we had a very similar one happen. Out of this last bull market high to bear market low, we hit our Fibonacci resistance, 618 to 786 up here. Those are the doorway, that is the doorway to the bull market. But what I want to show you, and I want to preface this video with this because it's important. It took 189 days for Bitcoin from the bottom in December, bear market bottom in December, to that Fibonacci retracement resistance, 189 days. So 189 days versus 518 days last time around. In terms of Bitcoin transitioning from a bear market cycle to a bull market cycle, I just want to say, thus far, we are spoiled. There has not been as much waiting around as there was that last time around. So just have that in the back of your mind. Everybody wants bull market, bull market, bull market, bull market so fast. Many people lack the patience. Right now, Bitcoin looks good on the zoomed out charts. It's putting in a higher low from that bear market low. We just have to be patient with it. Let it play out. So going over the weekly chart, you get a sense of what's been happening since the summertime. Back here when we had that area in the Fibonacci retracement area, these bull market doors, right around 14,000. We had that resistance area that we hit. We've been in a downtrend since, okay? And I just want to say, while it looks ugly when you kind of zoom in on it, when you zoom out on it, it looks very normal in terms of Bitcoin. So be patient. Now let's jump into the shorter term, maybe why you're here right now. $6,250. What is it? So Bitcoin, in this series of lower lows and lower highs, has formed many different patterns. And whether you're looking at the daily charts, the 4-hour charts, shorter time frames, longer time frames, Bitcoin keeps hitting these targets, right? So here are a couple areas to watch right now. So there's a pattern in play that we talked about, and I did a video on it, I think 4 days ago. It's this head and shoulders. And there's the right shoulder right here, and here's the neckline down here, right? So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. In my video the other day, I talked about a bullish breakout, meaning this head and shoulders becomes obsolete because we break this right shoulder high, right? And we're kind of on our way to breaking this 50 moving average, this blue line, and it didn't happen. We saw resistance. But if we broke this right shoulder swing high around $7,800, that would have been a very bullish move for Bitcoin with potential target breakout to $10,000 plus. Now, that's the bullish scenario for this head and shoulders. Head and shoulders are bearish patterns, right? So here's the bearish scenario. Right now, we have the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. Here's the neckline down here. It's a downward sloping neckline. Obviously, momentum is going down. It's shifting down. We've retested, right, this 50 moving average with hopes of breaking it. We tested it twice, and we failed to test. Back down here, right around 62.50 is the neckline once again. And oftentimes in these head and shoulder setups, inverse head and shoulder setups, Bitcoin will bounce off of it after forming a right shoulder, right? It'll bounce off of it and come retest it again. And that is the moment of truth. So there is very strong potential right now as Bitcoin trades around 69.57 that Bitcoin continues downward another 10% or so to this neckline. And there are going to be people, I guarantee you, that are buying Bitcoin there. And those are the risky buyers. I don't typically buy or use that area of accumulation because that's a very risky buy. Could Bitcoin see support there? Absolutely. It would be insanely bullish if it bounces off of that area and continues an uptrend. However, it's not in Bitcoin's favor that would happen. So that's a risky buy area for me. For me, you know me, I like buying the dips. And for me, what that would look like is for Bitcoin to complete this target breakout out below the neckline down to around $4,500. That's the breakout target, which is the height of this head and shoulders. So will that happen? Will that play out? This is something that could take, days to weeks for it to play out. So obviously we'll keep watching, but right now you see the stock RSI, the quicker moving momentum oscillator down here with this, quick downward momentum, and this could kind of carry out to be the next downtrend, and this could last, 1 to 2 weeks. It depends. Maybe we get a quick bounce. This is something we track. This is not something we predict. Anybody that's predicting things or predicting what's going to happen, it's a 50-50 guess. All we can do is now be prepared for targets to be hit, so we have a plan on what we're going to do. My plan is buy the fear. If this target gets hit for the inverse head and shoulders, if we're in the 5,000s, low 5,000s, 4,500, buy the fear is my plan. Buy the dip is my plan. That's not financial advice. Going over to the 4-hour, you get a sense of kind of what it looks like on the 4-hour. Here is the left shoulder. There's the head. There's the right shoulder. Formed head and shoulders. We got that first support off of that neckline right here, and we're potentially making our way back down to this area. Will Bitcoin hold support? If we do, that's the biggest thing to watch for right now. But the most concerning thing is this continued rejection, this blue line, the 50 moving average. That has been the story of Bitcoin since summertime, just falling below the 50 moving average. And it's very comparable to entering the bear market. That's just what Bitcoin does. It fails below the 50 moving average on the way to a swing low. So it's kind of like the charts look very similar to this bear market, Bitcoin bear market, just on a shorter time scale. This, in my opinion, is all part of Bitcoin putting in a higher low, whether that's here or here. I have no idea, but Bitcoin's consolidating as it has always done for the last 10 years or so. Let me know your thoughts below. I would love to know your thoughts. I appreciate you coming by. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night, and God bless.